Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. We are just moments away from what should be an excellent matchup between the Los...
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today, it's a matchup in the AFC West between our visitors and the Denver Broncos. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Allen's got it complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. He'll drop to throw. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Back to throw. Complete. Hunter Henry with the grab. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. The numbers for Hunter Henry from a week ago. 6 catches, 132 yards.
And he's trying to prove the adage, it's not just how you start, it's how you finish. And he is finishing awfully strong, takes great care of his body. I expect him to go ahead and put a capper on this season.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Finally, an incompletion. He was 5 of 5 before that last throw to start this game.
So he is human. All right, so we found out after the way he began, okay, he can have an incompletion here or there, but I love what they've done right from the word.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Josh Malone, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen. And it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. So now here... Broncos for their first drive of the game. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the guy out of California, the former Cal Bear, Jared Goff.
While in college, quarterback teams that improved their win total from 1 his freshman year to 5 his sophomore year to 8 his junior year. Love that type of improvement. Love that type of diligence.
A gain of 3, second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
One thing that really impressed me about Joey Bosa is that he doesn't sacrifice the run game trying to get sacks. This guy really knows how to hold the point of attack, great leverage, and then goes and sheds people and makes plays.
And at 6'5", 270, just a monster.
Absolute monster with a really high motor.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Heading back out, the Chargers offense. We get a peek at the playoff picture of the AFC. And right now they're in that number 2 spot. They'd love to hold on to that, but first things first, they want to clinch that division.
Well, let's go back to the conversation we had with the coaching staff, and you asked that very question about how important is it really? You got a good team. Can't you win from any spot in the play? They all looked at us like we were crazy, right? You can do it from a lower seed, but no one really wants to try it. Higher seed, much better for them. They want to clinch this division.
Definitely don't want to slip to 5 or 6 and go on the road in that first playoff game. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Ready up. 56. Check. X3. 218. Chop. Snap.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's caught. It's Malone. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. This quarterback now already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Now back to throw. This is caught by Robinson. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Partner, they weren't quite in the red zone, but things are starting to get condensed on the field. Throwing the corner route there. Really nice play because it gives them a little bit of room to complete it.
On 1st and goal, Drake. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Kenyon Drake with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. And there you go, nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So the Broncos come back out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there, but now it'll be 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now it's gone. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up fourth down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. The Charger drive about to get going. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. The throw over the middle taken in. A gain there of 21 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Look at me, zipper. Ready?
They'll look to throw here on first down. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
And nothing but daylight ahead. Past the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Anthony Miller, 98 yards. As they are now on the board here in the first half. And that's the type of play that'll give your sideline some juice, a long touchdown pass.
And it's like a bolt of lightning, isn't it? That suddenness of that play brings everyone to their feet in the stadium, and he takes it all the way to the end zone. Give him credit for making that type of a play call, even more credit for how they executed it.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Heading back out, the Chargers offense. We get a peek at the playoff picture of the AFC. The Charger drive about to get going. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. 2nd and 1. Open man there is Malone. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident and keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Here we go, here we go. 18 Gator.
Game situation, let's go.
Now.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. He's got Green. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
56, Mike, 56. Here we go.
Here's 2nd and 8. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Willie Henry muscled his way in for the sack. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. To throw again on second down. Goff. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. This is Miller, complete.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now a first down throw, gone. That's complete to Jake Butt. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Goff now looking to throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Throwing on third. Goff. It's complete. It's Miller. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And the 13-year man puts it through. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And as these guys interplay in Week 17, we know one thing. They are playoff bound, but They want to win that division title. They told us that is a goal that's been posted in their locker room since day one. They've got the chance to control their own destiny.
And there's nothing more powerful than saying that you won the division, because I know from building a team, when I talk with all the GMs and the player personnel directors, they always talk about, to get to the playoffs in the NFL, you have to have a team that's constructed to win your division. Beat those teams first. That's your number one path to getting there, and they can get that done in this game.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Go on, go on. Get it.
2nd and 10. Complete. It's Henry. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains.
Rock it. Ready?
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. So we've come upon halftime. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be stopped just shy of the 25 with a penalty marker down. Here's the call.
Face mask. Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
The drive starts with a completion left side, and a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter. Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Goff now looks to throw. Open man, and that's his tight end, Jake Butt. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 39.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do. And it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Throwing on 2nd down. Goff. Complete to Jones. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. He completes it to Jones. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in, and he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 15-yard line. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Here's Goff. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa. Coming off the line, he's been wreaking havoc all year. And look, that's why, as a result, he's getting some looks for Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL.
And I know that many people don't have him first on their list right now, but he deserves that type of consideration. You mentioned it. All year long, he's made big plays and continues to do so. Imagine if he has a big game here. If so, he could vault himself right into the #1 spot.
And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done, down to the 15 from the 21.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Underneath for Miller. And they're able to corral him right around the 8, and that's short of the 1st down. 7 yards on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Ready, set, smooth.
56. Rip left. 56. Mike, 56. Right.
General West.
56. Walk twist.
Big grip.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the Broncos get there and take him down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. They'll set up to throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel.
Come on, set. 10-2 stop.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And it's complete. Henry. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
They brought in the heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a 1st down.
Now a man open down the middle of the field and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. Now Drake. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Welcome back now to Denver. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the 4th quarter.
Hey, lock it. Under.
2nd and 4. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a one-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
Badgley able to knock this one through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
So the Broncos come back out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tough.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make this a second down. Here's Goff. That is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
2nd and 9 now. It's complete to Watt. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Hey, stand up.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Complete. Hunter Henry with the ground. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a 1st down. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop the throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now back to throw. And he fires one incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Hey, Haywood. Hey.
They'll look to throw here. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Goff now to throw. It's caught. It's Miller. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And they're trying to line up quickly here. Goff urging them on. Back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. The offense on third down tonight, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. They're looking at third and a few inches. He'll look to throw. That's complete to Jake Butt. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Jones has it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Denver has the first down. The play going for 15 yards. Back to throw. Huge first down. Got to hurry.
Yeah, now they have to get up there, get set, and then spike it.
It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. He's back to throw. And the grab by Croft. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. They'll look to throw. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10. Gone. That's going to be caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Prater on to add the extra point. And we may very well be headed to overtime. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. The Charger drive about to get going. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10.
Let him know. 56 is Mike. 56 is Mike. I got you. Kill.
He'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is going to be intercepted. Tedrick Thompson picks it. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game.
Hey! What? Squeeze! Snap!
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry. And that'll bring up second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. So third down coming up. And Charles, I guess a question for me, where does 4-down territory begin possibly?
I guess for me it begins if you have 4th and 5 or less, because you got to understand your team and know what your play calls are. What do you have that you think you're confident that you can pick up that type of yardage? It might be 4th and 3 for some teams, but I think anything under 4th and 5, they'll think about going for it.
Open man is Samuel, complete. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down. Distance was never an issue, not in this mile-high air, but it doesn't matter what elevation you're at if you don't put it on target. And this one kind of takes off on him.
Here's Carson, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
20!
They run again with Carson. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. 2 minutes left in this overtime session and still all tied. Now Goff with his first throw in OT. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
You better talk to your boy. You better talk to your boy. I'm going to protect you.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
The 20. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Now, partner, great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Broncos, it will wind up